A new chapter is unfolding in the heart of the Caribbean, one that holds the potential to reshape the dynamics of global politics and ignite both hope and concern. China's growing influence in Cuba has become a topic of intense scrutiny as it shows in a new era of partnership between these two nations. Welcome to the island nation of Cuba, where the sounds of salsa and aroma of cigars fill the air. But hidden beneath this tropical allure lies a story of shifting power, economic ambitions, and a partnership that is capturing the world's attention. China's economic prowess and strategic vision have led to an unprecedented surge in bilateral ties. From investments in Cuban infrastructure to joint ventures in energy and trade, the partnership between China and Cuba holds the promise of economic growth and development. Yet, with this newfound partnership come questions and concerns. Major powers around the world are carefully observing the deepening ties between China and Cuba, wary of the potential implications for global politics and economic relations. While some view China's involvement as an opportunity for Cuba to diversify its economy and reduce reliance on traditional allies, others raise concerns about potential dependencies and the impact on regional power dynamics. Adding fuel to the fire, recent allegations from the United States accusing China of using its presence in Cuba for spying activities have intensified global scrutiny. The accusations have reignited debates over national security and delicate balance of power in the Western Hemisphere. As tensions simmer, the world watches with a mix of curiosity and apprehension, seeking to understand the implications of this evolving partnership. How will China's growing influence in Cuba shape the geopolitical landscape? What are the potential risks and rewards for both nations and the international community? Will this deepening alliance bring prosperity, or will it compromise Cuba's sovereignty and identity? Join us as we dive deeper into the complexities of China's growing influence in Cuba. We will explore the concerns raised by major powers, delve into the economic and political dimensions of this partnership, and examine the latest allegations of espionage. In a world shaped by intricate webs of politics and economic interdependence, China's growing influence in Cuba has become a topic of utmost importance. The political dimension of the China Cuba partnership adds another layer of significance. China's support for Cuba in multilateral forums and diplomatic exchanges strengthen Cuba's position on the global stage while drawing attention from other major powers. First, let's address the concerns raised by major powers. China's expanding presence in Cuba has prompted reactions from nations around the world, particularly the United States. Some argue that China's involvement could tip the balance of power in the region, challenging US influence and raising security concerns. Additionally, critics worry about the potential for economic dependencies as Cuba becomes increasingly reliant on Chinese investments and trade. They fear that this could compromise Cuba's autonomy and hamper its ability to navigate the complex web of international relations. However, proponents of the China-Cuba partnership argue that it presents new opportunities for economic growth and development. They believe that China's investments can help modernize Cuban infrastructure, stimulate job creation, and strengthen sectors such as telecommunications, energy, and tourism. Transitioning to the political dimension, China's support for Cuba on the global stage has raised eyebrows and sparked discussions. As Cuba faces diplomatic challenges, China's backing has provided a lifeline, bolstering Cuba's position and influence in international organizations. Yet, this support has also drawn attention from other major powers. The US and its allies view China's involvement as a potential threat to their interests and influence in the region. This geopolitical tension adds another layer of complexity to the China-Cuba partnership.
New reports suggest China is in talks with Cuba to establish a spy base on the island nation and just 100 miles south of the US.
The United States claims that China has been using its presence in Cuba to conduct intelligence activities, raising questions about national security and the trust between nations. As investigations unfold and the international community closely monitor these allegations, the incident underscores the delicate nature of China's expanding footprint in Cuba and its potential impact on regional stability. In this shifting landscape, finding a balance becomes crucial. Cuba must navigate the challenges of economic partnerships while safeguarding its sovereignty and national interests. Major powers must reassess their strategies and engage in constructive dialogue to alleviate concerns and ensure a stable regional order. At the same time, it is essential to recognize the potential benefits of China's involvement. Cuba A nation with immense potential seeks to leverage its relationship with China for substantial development, economic diversification, and enhanced regional cooperation. China's involvement in Cuba has already yielded significant economic and potential benefits. However, the future holds even greater potential for collaboration and mutually beneficial outcomes. One area of focus is the expansion of trade and investment between China and Cuba. As Cuba seeks to diversify its economy and attract foreign investment, China can play a pivotal role in providing capital, technology, and expertise. This cooperation can drive innovation, stimulate job creation, and foster sustainable development. However, as the relationship between China and Cuba deepens, it is essential to consider the impact of changing geopolitical dynamics. The United States, a key player in the Western Hemisphere, holds significant influence in the region. How the US navigates its relationship with Cuba and China will undoubtedly shape the future trajectory of China-Cuba relations. The United States' evolving policies towards Cuba, particularly under different administrations, can impact the dynamics of China-Cuba partnership. As tensions and competition between major powers continue to evolve, finding a delicate balance becomes crucial for all parties involved. In this landscape of shifting alliances and complex power dynamics, Cuba finds itself at the crossroads of various global interests. How Cuba navigates its relationship with China, the United States, and other nations will shape its future and influence the broader regional dynamics. As we move forward, it is essential for all stakeholders to engage in constructive dialogue, seeking common ground and shared objectives. Balancing economic opportunities, national interests, and regional stability will be paramount in the shaping the future of China-Cuba relations. By understanding the complexities of China's growing influence in Cuba, we can foster informed discussions, seek balanced solutions, and contribute to a more stable and prosperous future for both nations and the broader international community. Join us as we continue to explore the evolving dynamics of China's influence in Cuba. Together, let us navigate the intricacies and complexities, striving for understanding, cooperation, and a better world. Stay tuned for the next chapter in the story of China's expanding footprint in Cuba.